Hello. As per usual, you can't see. Right, my name is Chris Richards, and welcome to my vids. Today we're going to do a gameplay video of Hunted Demon's Forge on the Xbox 360. It's a good little game. I paid £2 for it, which is just a brilliant price. The reason why I bought it is purely because it's made by Bethesda, and well, their up-to-date versions of Doom and Wolfenstein are just fantastic. So let's rock on. I'm about an hour through the game thus far, and I can only describe it as a medieval style version of Gears of War. But it's so much fun. So much fun. Good RPG element on it, so you can upgrade your characters and your weapons, and there's 2 characters to choose from. It's just a great game. Hold on, just sort of get some kind of focus there. Catch up, camera. Catch up. There we go. That's rather made that look any better. Bit of light, maybe. Slight improvement, I suppose. Don't know if you caught that, but he sort of taps her ass on the way past. But yeah, about an hour through it, so past all the tutorial sort of stuff. Yeah, it's just a good adventure. I'm definitely enjoying it so far. So yeah, see what you think. Anything that sort of needs explaining, I'll explain it as I go through. Oh, by the way, I've got my door open, so one of my 3 cats may come in at any point and decide to get involved. If you hear any meowing of any kind, it's not the game, it's the cat. This is where you get your upgrades and power-ups, and sometimes activates intro sequences. So you have Primal Rage, which is basically like an angry mode. Wind of Wrath, haven't unlocked that yet, or Dash, which basically means you can charge at enemies at full pelt. Battle Magic as well, so you have my favourite, which is the Fireball. You just hurl a fireball and it explodes like a grenade. Sigil of Pain, haven't unlocked that yet, so I'm not quite sure. And a Bolt of Electricity, which is pretty much the same thing as the Fire and Brimstone. It is pretty cool. I've only got 2 crystals, otherwise I would unlock the next Fireball. An Angry Mode, we need 3 crystals for that. But you can also, you have a character following you around at all times, and you can switch to her when you come across the switch crystals. So, but she's a bow and arrow user. She can upgrade her ammos to be armor piercing or iced or fire, and also explosive, which is quite cool. Aha! Now that I didn't realise. I've obtained 2 crystals, which is what you use to upgrade with forgotten his name, this character, and Ilara, Kadok, that's it. Ilara, she has her own crystal upgrade system, so it literally depends on who collects them as you go on, which is quite cool. The damage, the shield exploding, arcane burst, armor piercing arrows, they're my favourites, so I'm sticking with upgrading them because she seems to use them quite often. Now we'll upgrade these. Less mana, blast radius, rips apart, a special arrow, shredding the target like tiny razors. Sounds painful. And we have this one. Oh, you assign your magic to the D-pad, which is also pretty cool. Lowers the target's temperature, instantly causing additional cold damage. I wish I'd checked that out before. Adjusted the firing in the cold, and our arrows now require less mana. Victims enter a deep freeze and remain frozen for longer. If I'd read them before I selected them, I would have done improved damage and duration, but it won't take long to get one crystal to upgrade. It's a damn fine looking game as well. It's really, really cool. I love the way the weapons, when they're enchanted, they shimmer. I believe her bow is shimmering at the moment as well, which is pretty cool. And she's also very good in combat for an AI controlled character. I'm typically using this guy, Kadok. Like I said, you can switch between the two. Kadok seems to be my favourite because I'm more of a brutal fighter when it comes to these games. I prefer all out. But you do have a shield you can use. You have a crossbow as well that you can switch to, which is quite cool. Yeah. So it very much reminds me of Gears of War. Just old school. Hehe. I see you. The crossbow is not the fastest thing in the world, but it's effective. Melee combat is good, but if you can stay away from the battle as much as you can, then it helps. Because your health does lower pretty quickly. Friendly fire is something that doesn't exist, so if you want to fire through your foe, it's fine, it doesn't hurt her. But it's good to let her be in the thick of battle and then sort of take them out from back, so they'll attack her, giving me the opportunity to put some death blows in. Rushing in head on, you do tend to lose your health pretty quickly. But she is pretty good with her arrows. She's very good. Your shields have the durations as well, so they do get weaker and eventually shatter, depending on which one you pick up. The enchanted weapons don't last forever either. Once an enchanted weapon is used up, then it actually becomes very weak. So far I can only carry one weapon at a time. One distance, one melee. You get to choose between lots of axes and stuff. I prefer using swords. There you go. That was her explosive arrows that I gave her recently. Gotcha. That's a good thing. When you upgrade her, I find she's better in combat than he is when you leave him to his own devices. And anything you give her upgrade-wise, she does use and uses well. Those blue things are revivals, so if you drop down, she will heal you. Red ones heal your health. You have to keep an eye on her health as well. That's gold. Gold gives you upgrades, which is cool. There you go. So my current shield is 300 in durability. That one is 150, so we'll be leaving that. Again, another revival thing. The main ones you need are the blue and the red. The red heals you instantly. The blue one, the blue little thing that you see on the floor, she can use that to heal you from a distance by throwing it at you. yeah, it's a God of War, Gears of War style battle game with RPG elements. I think it's great. It really is. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. So I will shut up and let you enjoy some of the gameplay. Ooh, if you left click, you get a little thing, a little wisp. One points to her so you don't lose sight of her, and the other one tells you where you're going. But exploration is a big thing in this game. Explore, because you get lots of good things for doing it. Light the lights in heavy hand, and you'll uncover treasure grand. Light the heights in heavy hand. Alright. Maybe a statue of something. Come on, you can do it. Well, there's the fire to light the lights. If you approach fire and tell her to use it, she will light the tip of her arrow, as I hope you can see there, to enable you to, well, light the lights. That could be a heavy hand. Okay, yep, I'm assuming that's what we need. So I need to get her to shoot at that. So basically you just kind of wander around until you get the B button option. Interactive button option, whatever you wish to call it. What's that tinkling away? Gold! I should show you the upgrade system in a minute. There we go, that's what we're looking for. Wander around until that appears.
Consider it done.
She will fire a perfect shot. Come on, crack on with it.
Start a fire there, girl. I'm sure you've been looking for an excuse.
Consider it done.
Impressive.
Try doing that this year.
Ooh. Quick look at this. So this is just all your health, your mana, blah 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 blah, everything you've got. But if you keep going, these are your talents list. By killing enemies, you can get an extra mana slot, an extra health vial, build up your fury bonus meter, a regeneration, lots of really cool stuff. Max health, literally just by killing enemies, which is pretty cool. Somewhere there's a gold list as well, so by collecting gold you get to unlock certain things, power up. Yeah, there's a lot to unlock in this game, which is just brilliant.
More gold in my pocket.
Dragon tears. Collect them for cool stuff. Ooh, 3 of 3. Ooh. There you go. Just to prove my point. By collecting gold and tears and things like that, you unlock stuff. Now, I'm assuming one of them baskets is on fire, the other one isn't. So if I get her to light her tip. Oh, it's already lit. Okay. Well, Maybe it's just to throw you off for a second. Right before you use your magic, whichever one you select, bottom left hand corner you can see there, up, down, left, right, whichever ones you unlock, and the left buffer heals you. There's no jump ability. You can jump over things, but it's only if you can. If you can hide behind it, then you can jump over it, if that makes sense. Other than that, there is no jump button. So you've always got to find the correct pathway around, which I don't mind. Easy does it, you know. Oh, there you go. This crystal here, this is what you use to change character. I don't need to, but I'll show you what I mean.
And here we go.
Switch roles, and now you control her, who's mainly a bow and arrow user, which is pretty cool. But I'm more of a
Now, do some damage.
upfront soldier. I'd rather run in with a sword and hack and slash things. But like I said, with him, you do still get the option of using a crossbow if you like. It's just not as effective as the bow and arrow. Shield again. My current durability 300. That one 200. So I'll be leaving that behind.
There, that tower. That must be the town square.
Yes. I bet the town hall is nearby. Come on.
The tower with all the arrows flowing out of it by any chance? That's what it looked like anyway. Oh, checkpoint.
Come back, cowards! You, come with me. We need your help. The Lord Mayor is trapped down there. The war guard bombarding the entire town square from the bell tower. There's a ballista up ahead. We have to use it to bring that tower down. It's the only way to save the Lord Mayor.
Look out!
Oh, that's a shame. He got his message across. Damn, dude. Please survive. Or give me your armor at least. Okay.
Seven hells! Where are they all coming from?
It's like it's raining turrets.
There's an awful lot of those bastards up there.
They're coming down almost as fast as I can kill them.
They repeat themselves a lot. You sort of get used to that. The explosive arrow upgrade is just fantastic. I find that when you're controlling the lady, if you leave this dude to his own devices, sorry, my brain damage means I can't remember names. If you leave this dude to his own devices, being a head-on warrior, he will just charge into battle and you've got to constantly revive him and heal him. It's a bit of a nightmare. But the girl is more tactical. She stands back, as she is now, she stands back and fires arrows. Meaning you've got to... Hey, brilliant. Which means you don't have to look after her as much. This guy, like I said, because he's constantly running in, he constantly goes down. And I'd rather not babysit if I don't have to. Therefore, I stick with using this guy, because she is pretty good. As you saw throughout that whole battle, she just stood back and fired her arrows. And it doesn't look like she took any damage either. Oh crap, it's the big guys. See, she's really good. She's very, very good. I've only got 4 mythical hits. Mythical?
Hand to hand. Get ready.
Whatever, 4 proper hits with my enchanted sword, so I'm trying not to use it up. Woohoo! I know. En route.
Kevin, get to the ballista and bring down the tower. I'll cover you.
She'll cover me. Sure about that. Hey. Alright. As long as you're sure.
Hurry up, old man. Get to the ballista.
I'm trying.
Laura.
Come on, girl. Get to me. Get to me. Good shot.
Thanks, girl. Just in time. Watch them scatter, the bastards.
I'm assuming that's the tower. Ho.
That's how a fight should go. This way! This way! Hurry! Follow me! You, bless you. You'll be rewarded for what you've done, and handsomely. Songs, statues.
We had heard Dyfling might need our services.
Might pay for our services.
Might pay well for our services.
Have I not troubles enough without being shaken down by a pair of mercenaries after my gold?
A word of advice. This may not be the best place to conduct negotiations.
So, how may we help you?
It's my daughter.
What of her?
The Walgar have taken her. They've lived in the dungeons beneath the city since before I was born. The cowardly beasts always kept to themselves, never dared to come out in force. Not until my reign.
Any idea as to what would make them so aggressive?
There is a
substance the Wargar have been seen drinking. Some vile, silver liquid. Makes them very strong, nearly invincible. Evil stuff. A few weeks ago, one of my best men found a vat of it while patrolling the hills. Had himself a taste. It made him strong. Strong as 10 men. But it didn't last long. And it left him different, angry, and obsessed with finding more of the stuff. I had him confined, but he escaped, killed 2 guards, and fled in search of more. He was last seen heading down into the dungeons. I don't suppose he returned. No. No one does. I'll make you a deal. Go down there, rescue as many of my people as you can, and find my daughter. Return her to me, and it's 1,000 gold for you. You've 1,000 here, easy. 10,000.
Each.
What's this? Extortion? You're sending us into a horrid dungeon no one ever returns from. You think that comes cheap? Fine. 10,000 each. Highway robbery. Here. This passage will get you out of the town. Once there, make for the old keep of Dyfed. There's a well inside that leads into the dungeons. That's your way in. Aye, with a fortune awaiting us when we find our quarry.
And all because I touched a stone.
At the beginning of the game, she was told not to touch a stone, and she did touch a stone, and therefore everything went all crazy. That's the short version. Bit more to it than that, but that's about all you need to know for now.
This way, girl. Stay close.
Do you really know where you're going, or are you just making it up?
Journal updated. What we got? Couple of new ones. Alright, fair enough. So I shall let you see what these are. So this is Caddock. It's just a quick description of him. He's cool-minded, and just trying to cut it short. Actually, sorry. Caddock's a really deadly warrior, but he considers his mind one of the sharpest weapons. He is cool and cautious, always thinking tactically, prefers to analyse the situation and develop a plan before charging in, which makes him a perfect counterpoint to Ilara's impulsiveness. An impulsive action he took as a youth brought tragedy. As a result, Caddock vowed never to make such a mistake again. Elvira loves a good fight and thrives on adrenaline. Rash and impulsive, she never hesitates to act, which can get her into sticky situations when caution is called for. Her brash exterior covers a traumatic past that she keeps deeply buried. She never thinks of her past, nor stops to consider her future. She lives entirely for the thrill of the moment. Town of Dyfed, don't need to worry about that. Is the bad guys that we're coming across. Archers would much prefer to stay back rather than engage in close combat. They're even more cowardly than the average Wargar, and while they are highly susceptible to fire attacks, they don't carry enough metal to allow electrical attacks to arc between them. Wargar are the name of the bad guys that we're facing. Wargar soldier, malicious though usually cowardly creatures whose tribes have spread across the land. Wargar soldiers are particularly dangerous fighters, but they should also not be taken lightly, especially in numbers. They normally fear the surface, but come out occasionally to satisfy their taste for human flesh. Wargar warriors are more dangerous, better equipped and smarter than other Wargar. They're also braver, do not panic easily, and can maintain their composure even when on fire. Arcade burst and freezing spells can help shatter their shields, which make them more vulnerable. That's a head we bumped into earlier on. Basically, these heads tell you riddles, you solve the riddle, and they will open a door for you. Undead. Seen a lot of these guys. Skeletons. The undead are far more removed from life. Even the direst threats won't draw them away from their target. With little flesh to damage, arcane burst is less effective on them on most targets. And on the other hand, there are dry bones are susceptible to fire. Now this is the guy we've just spoken to. The Lord Mayor is a complacent man who's always known comfort and never faced adversity. Uncharitably, he might be described as selfish and miserly. but that is not entirely the case. It is more that he has lived his life in a bubble, wherein he is the most important person he's ever met. The only person he holds in as high a regard as he holds himself is his daughter, upon whom he absolutely dotes. These guys we came across recently, deadly sharpshooters, who pepper the battlefield with lethal fire arrows. If they're targeting you, best to stay behind cover and hope someone else kills them. Oh, right, so they're that good. These things, Arackling crawlers. I've come across a few of these. They're just basically fast little spidery things that come at you from nowhere. The result of an ill-conceived attempt to magically cross spiders and dogs. What a mix. Arackling crawlers travel in packs, rushing forward to overwhelm prey with their superior numbers. Their vulnerability to dragon's breath suggests that electricity may have been involved in their creation. And the dungeons of Dyfed, which is where we are now. These dungeons are the twisted and dark remnants of the kingdom of Dyfed. These dark and damp passages have long been known to be inhabited by the Wargar, and is not a place any citizen should roam if they wish to remain among the living, which is what the dude we just spoke to was telling us about. People come down here, and they never return. Arrows, change character, crystal, shield. Oh, right, my Stormguard shield is finally losing durability. I've had it for a very long time, but it's still more powerful than that, so... Oop, what we got?
Now that's odd.
Is it? It looks like a fire lantern, to be fair. I don't think we passed any fire back here. Just double check, because I wasn't particularly looking for it. Nope. Okie dokie. Shall venture back when we come across some? The missus is out currently.
What do you make of that?
But, you know, she doesn't actually know that I'm recording a video, so she may come in and suddenly shout up the stairs, "I'm home, baby!" Just sort of let you know before you suddenly hear a random voice downstairs.
I stand here as an ancient god who keeps the paths of Dyfed barred. And azure light is what you need if your hope is to proceed.
Azure light.
Azure light? What in the seven hells is that about?
You're the thinker. Figure it out.
Cheers. Right, so 1985, 28 to... Ooh, fury damage is higher on the torch. My blade is still at 85, but when it runs out of power, which will be soon, it will go down to 19, which is a hell of a drop. I'm sure I can find something better than that. Aha!
To me, girl.
With pleasure.
There's the fire we were looking for. Right, she's done it. She just didn't move, but she did it. So now we'll go back to them lanterny things that we passed earlier. What I assume. There we go.
Like that with a flaming arrow.
For you, anything. I certainly do know how to light the fire.
Aye, and this time it's a contained one.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is so cool.
Ominous looking crypt.
They always are.
Alright. Oop, we have a thingamabob. Some interactions and keys are disabled until you begin the quest that requires them. Be on the lookout for plaques. Here lies the first of Brothers 3, buried with a magic key. Find 4 rune stones in this cave to break the seal on his grave. Alrighty. Let's go rune hunting. That'll be number 1. Okay. We have a loose wool. I'm helping him. There we go. He's a strong brute, this dude. Ooh. Alright, before I go down there, I'm gonna check around here just in case another one of them runes is washing about somewhere. Again, that looks like a movable wall.
I thought it was your stomach.
Well, that's the way it was supposed to go. Something beefy this way comes, maybe? Oh, hello. Yay. Fantastic news. Because you need health vials a lot. Now I've got one more solid hit with this sword. Yeah? Oh, okay. It's a trap. I have one more solid hit with this sword, and then it's going to become a bog standard weak sword. That's the only downside with carrying mythical weapons. Once they run out of power, they're not much good. Rune number 4. So we're sort of missing 2 and 3. Hello.
See what that giant head was doing. Ride an arrow. Let's get out. Round.
Right.
Come on.
For you, anything.
Cool. Let's have a mooch around. I'm gonna have a mooch around before we open the stone door. Seems.
Try setting that on fire.
Consider it done.
This is the only way to go. Nothing attack me, please. Coffee break. Okie dokie. Wet the old whistle. She's still got... Yeah, she's still lit with mythical fire, so I'm not gonna make her use a blue one. Aha!
I see something.
Huh? What? So I mean, she's brilliant.
Oh, stop that.
Is that gold? Yep, yep, yep.
You can never have too much gold.
No, you cannot. Well, it seems that's it for this room. Okay. This waypoint thing is very handy. I know it sort of holds your hand through the game, but still, I don't mind.
I did too. We're not alone.
The subtitles are saying something completely different to what's actually being said. This is not good. Keep going, girl. Crap. Now my sword is weak. Not good at all. Oh, no way.
Alora!
Took me down quick.
I owe you one.
Wow. He is strong. He was tough. My sword is extremely weak now, so I need a new one. Ooh.
Put a flame there.
Consider it done.
Oh, she hasn't got a flame, she's used it up. What was that club here, wasn't there? Yeah, 19192 28226. Brilliant. Ha, cool.
To me, girl.
For you, anything.
Start a fire there, girl. I'm sure you've been looking for an excuse.
Consider it done.
Find the proper... Oh, she's used up the blue flame.
Start a fire there, girl. I'm sure you've been looking for an excuse.
For you, anything.
I'll find the proper flame. We've got to go back. Yep. She used up the blue arrow earlier, so... What we got? 28, 23, 232. The Fury game is fast, so... And I'd rather have a sword than a stick with a bit of fire on the end of it. Just have to find my way back to that blue flame. Ah, this way. There we go. Actually, no, she won't be able to light from that one. Oh, we found something new. Whoa! She used her ice arrows. There we go.
Tamika.
Consider it done.
Sorted.